All right, so picking up on part two, when learners are on the crossword puzzle, just a quick overview. We have the treaty signed after World War One that fueled tensions that caused World War Two. Compensation required from Germany to fix what they had broken in World War Two. The end date of World War Two. The leader of the Nazi Party. The side of World War Two that the USA was on. The country that had a rise of fascism that led to tensions in the country, the group of parties that were considered to be the quote unquote bad guys in World War II, and the continent that the majority of World War II took place in. And so, along with reviewing the basics, this also gives learners a bit of a deeper, kind of like a step up of knowledge, going to the treaty signed after World War One, which would be the Treaty of Versailles, um, effects of World War II, meaning the compensation required from Germany, which would be referred to as the reparations, as well as um, the country that had a rise in fascism that led to tensions in World War II, causing World War II, which would be Italy. And so, along with just the basics that they reviewed in Quizlet, they are going a little bit more in depth and just building kind of like the step stool of knowledge. And the final part of this module, it's titled Flipgrid. So to read it, says, now that you have learned, reviewed, practiced, and mastered World War II, please go to the Flipgrid. Please go to Flipgrid for the culmination of this module. So we're going to click on the Flipgrid model or link, excuse me. Once it brings us to our lovely Flipgrid here, we have for this assignment, please explain in your own words why World War II was started. Give at least three reasons why World War II started, and be sure to include all parties who were involved in World War II, including the side they were on. After submitting, please watch two classmates' videos and respond to their video with one question you have about their video. Please submit a video answer to all questions posted under your initial response. So essentially, they will post their three reasons why World War II started, including all the parties involved, yada, yada, yada. After submitting, they're going to find two of their friends. They're going to respond to them, ask them a question, and ideally, each student will keep up with their questions and give a video response to them. This gives interaction and engagement with students with one another. They've been learning independently throughout these first three, and once they get to the fourth one, they will get to interact with their classmates. And so, going to the UDL learning guidelines, representation, um, information was represented in the form of a video, a study website like Quizlet, a crossword puzzle, which is like a different form of representation of the knowledge, um, kind of towards that critical thinking and puzzle solving side of the brain. And Flipgrid is similar to the YouTube video, but students are creating their own video, so it's a little bit different. Action and expression. And so there is multiple forms of media communicating. We have YouTube, we have Flipgrid, and a Quizlet. And so we're not using a bunch of YouTube videos. We're not doing a bunch of Quizlets. We're not doing a bunch of Flipgrids. We have a variety. And lastly, engagement. Students are able to engage with responding to me, the educator, as well as one another in their Flipgrids. And so overall, they will get to engage amongst themselves as well as talking to me. Students aren't going to be overwhelmed with interaction. It's just a fair amount. Um, and so, yeah, like I said before, Google Classroom's great for monitoring the progress. I could see for the ones that are assignments, how many turned it in and see the progress. Um, yeah, overall, Google Classroom is really nice for the educator. I could see everybody who's enrolled in my class, obviously none right now, and the grades they have on this. And so, um, while we're going through the module, I'll be able to monitor grades for each student to see how they're doing and reach out if they need extra help. Overall, this module really just goes over the basics, the who, what, where, when, and why of World War II, and because of Google Classroom elevating my usefulness as an educator, I will be able to see progress and see who needs help and also who's excelling.